Hi y'all, welcome back to AstroMotivation. My name is JupiterJames, where I awaken the astrologer within you and aim to give you a little encouragement and inspiration per your unique placement within your birth chart. You know, I really do feel that before a time of iPhones and iPads and I this and I that, we were a culture and a society that were better able to look up at the stars and understand exactly what the universe wanted from us. And it is with that language that we were able to look at our birth charts and understand exactly where our dreams were and how to get them. So if that sounds good to you, let's get into it. Today we're going to get into Neptune in the 7th house. Now, Neptune in the 7th house is someone who can be very idealistic in love and who also attracts people who could put up a facade in the beginning and then plays out to be someone else in the result. But before we go ahead and dive deep into that very, very deep aspect and tricky placement, let's go ahead and separate the aspects. That way we are better able to understand the information we've been given in different areas of our life, and that way we're not confined to Neptune in the 7th house, okay? So with Neptune in the birth chart. Neptune in the birth chart is going to show me where this person experiences magic, where this person experiences God or the universe or whoever they pray to. And it's going to show me where this person could kind of not be well equipped in this area, where this person probably leaves the universe to assist them and help them out in that area. I like to explain like this. I have a story actually. I have a friend who I was on the phone with, and she's in LA, and she's, you know, out there on the field, playing bachelorette, so to speak. And she was telling me how she likes this guy and he's perfect, but he isn't spiritual enough for her. You know, he doesn't believe in God, or he doesn't claim to believe in God. And I had to stop her and I had to say, hey, no, like, to be honest with you, we all experience God in our own way in different areas of our life. It's just about sitting down and investigating. You know, most people in the world, whether they know it or not, even if they tell you they aren't very spiritual or they don't believe in God or the universe, everyone experiences a certain dose of magic or a certain touch with what they feel God could be in different areas of their life. You know, some people experience God and magic and nirvana when they are cooking for their family. Some people experience God when they are on a hike or when they travel. Some people experience God when they do a good job at work or when they get a job in general. And it's all about finding where this person or where a person experiences what we deem God or spirituality. And this is what Neptune shows an astrologer or myself. It shows me where this person, you know, it's just out of reach for that person. Maybe this thing is so hard for a person that when they finally get it, they go, wow, you know, I hoped and I prayed that this thing would happen, and when it finally does happen, or when that thing finally is successful, that person knows, wow, it was nothing but the universe that assisted me in that area. And that is Neptune. Neptune is a higher octave of Venus, and it is our spiritual faculties. It is our magic. It is where I like to say the universe communicates to a person to say, hey, you didn't do this, I did. The universe is telling that person. That person has to go, wow, you know what? I say I don't believe in God, but that area of my life, when it is running smoothly and it's successful, I know God is handling that. I know the universe is handling that, okay? So with the 7th house is all about how you deal with the public, when you walk outside and the public is dealing with you and you're dealing with the public, what is the atmosphere, what's the tone, what's the energy in which you are meant to deal with the public, okay? And deal with business partnerships and deal with the people that you don't know on the train, or just in general, right? It's the general overarching atmosphere of your relationships and the tone in which you deal with the public and how the public deals with you. And they also say that this is your descending sign. Again, this is the sign that you give when you're dealing with the public in some shape or form, okay? And that is ruled by Libra, and it's ruled by Venus. It is also your marriage and your business house. Now remember, no matter what your sign on the 7th house may be, because that's always going to be different, and that's always going to change depending on what the rising sign of the person will be, know that the default out of the packaging ruler of the 7th house is going to be Libra and Venus, okay? Now, what happens when we throw Neptune into the 7th house. Neptune in the 7th house is going to give me the energy of someone who idealizes love and relationships and marriage. This person can be so idealistic in love that it's hard for them to settle. It's hard for them to get into just any old relationship, because if the relationship isn't like that Edward Cullen, Christian Grey, Romeo and Juliet type of love, they don't want it. And this sometimes, most times, in their life is going to get them in a lot of trouble within relationships, because usually they'll be attracted to the people who are emotionally unavailable, or who are the bad boys, or who are the loners, or the stoners, or the skaters, or the people, the broken birds. You know, they're going to be really attracted to that energy, and they're going to have this energy around saving someone and being a savior for someone and changing someone and fixing someone. They're going to have that very idealistic Romeo Juliet star-crossed lovers hope and ideal when it comes to their love and their relationships. Now, this could also be someone that in relationships they have rose-colored glasses on, and they could be someone that takes the approach of the unconditional lover, or the person that wants to be the savior for the person in the relationship. And they will attract people who prey on that energy. You know, the people that they attract will feel that from them and be someone that needs someone to be that, which is someone who overlooks their flaws and who is very dreamy and all that. And they will probably get themselves in these really weird relationships where the person is pretending to be one way with them to get something out of them, but is a completely different person. They are not that person that they want them to be ultimately and in the long run, you know. But at best, this energy can give someone, when the person evolves, listen, when the person understands and begins to submit to the fact that they are attracting these people who ultimately aren't serious, or who ultimately doesn't want the best for them, or who is putting up a facade, when this person gets well versed in how Neptune is attracting these people to its front door, they are going to be people who are going to be able to smell that and sniff that from a mile away, and be able to shift that energy into being attracting a more mature force of that planet, okay? And so at best, this is going to make for someone who, when they heal these wounds, when they are saying, you know what, universe, do not send me any more broken birds, do not send me anyone else who is not honest about who they are. You are no longer going to go after relationships in the hope of who you think someone is, or the hope or the illusion of who you think they are. You're gonna when you begin to take people for face value, that's when you will attract that person who fits your ideal. You see, you gotta stop. You gotta almost kind of sit back and say, no, I'm actually gonna be practical about my dating life. I'm gonna only attract people who are being honest with me. I'm gonna keep 10 toes down on the ground with my marriage partners, because I'm sick of getting hurt. I'm sick of these people and these bad boys and these people who really don't want me but want what I can give them, or they just want to play around with me, or they don't want to be serious with me. You're gonna be able to really sense that energy and be fine-tuned at it, to the point where what was your poison will become your superpower. You will be able to go out in life and know who's lying to you. You're gonna know who is a trickster and who's not, who's serious and who's not. And when you begin to evolve your mind to not go into your dating realm with rose-colored glasses on, this is when it transforms to a superpower where you'll really be able to see who is who. You're gonna be able to know what is what. You're gonna know when someone's lying. You're gonna know when someone's trying to get over on you, because you're gonna be well versed in it. You're gonna be so well versed in who is a liar and who's not, that you're gonna know what a lie looks like now. You're gonna know why, like, what was attracted to you before is not going to be attracted to you anymore, and it's going to mature. The energy is going to mature, and when you mature, that's when you're going to start to attract spiritual people. You're going to attract people who are also creative, who are also, you know, just like you, in the sense that they are creative and very spiritual, and you're going to have that idealistic love that you were always meant to have, but you were just searching in the wrong areas, you know. So I would be very careful with this placement and try to really ground yourself. Also try to be someone that when you are dating, I want you to ask your friends what they honestly think about this person and heed their warnings. When they tell you who they think this person is, know that they are coming from a perspective of someone who does not have rose-colored glasses on, okay? Because in more times than not, when you get in relationships, it's gonna be something that you just throw all 3 sheets to the wind. You want to quit your job for, you want to lay in a bed for all day for, you're just going to throw it all to the wayside for love and for this, and it's going to be like you're under a spell. And so to put some fail safes in that, to help yourself, I want you to ask your friends what they think. More times than not, your friends will be the ones that are able to tell you what is really going on, because they're not going to be affected by the spell, okay? And listen to them, because they are actually seeing what is in reality. You're not going to be able to see it. And when the right one comes along, your friends will agree. That will be my biggest advice to you. When the right one comes along, not only will they go, whoa, no, actually that is the great person for you. That's the person for you. But the ones that come around and your friends are like, yo, that's not, that person's not who you think they are, I want you to run, because they are actually telling you what is going on, and you could really be susceptible to those rose-colored glasses and those broken birds. I'm telling you, like, this gives me very much Pisces in the 7th house energy. I also want you to watch my 5th house Neptune video. My 5th house Neptune video gives the same energy as this, because that 5th house is your dating life, right? And so it's the same thing with 5th house in Neptune. Watch that video if you want some clarity. Also watch Pisces in the 7th house if you want more clarity, but this is going to give that energy of that. Neptune in the 7th house is going to attract very problematic relationships until you mature, until you are able to come at your relationships from a practical standpoint and not an idealistic standpoint. That is when you will attract the idealistic lover. You cannot go for the broken birds. You cannot go for the cool bad boy. You cannot go for the guy with the movie star good looks. I mean, you can, but vet them out. Sit at the table and don't get googly-eyed. Don't just take what they say at face value. Really try to investigate and come at the marriage or the person that you like from a calm nervous system, and really ask yourself, is there an ulterior motive of this person beyond them wanting to get to know me? Does this person need a couch to sleep on? Does this person need money? Does this person have their life together? And if the answer is no, know that they may be coming to you for a different reason. And this could also be that same energy within your business relationships as well. Maybe in your business relationships, some people want to use you in your relationships, and you'll be very keen on that too. You'll start to understand, okay, is this business relationship mutually beneficial? You in your business relationships are usually going to fall into the territory of being someone who provides a service in the realm of creativity or in the realm of escapism in some way. It could be entertainment, it could be movies, it could be acting, it could be in the alcoholic business or in the drug business, things like that. You could be in, or you could be someone that is like a spiritual leader in your business or something like that, where you're providing some type of magic or like creativity. So film, art, club life even. I've seen club life, alcohol, bartenders, things that are just creative and building an aura of like entertainment. Entertainment is going to be something that you're in, but know that there could be ulterior motives when you sign on the dotted line. So I want you to be very careful of that, be very susceptible to that. And you're gonna, listen, with this placement, it sucks that you are gonna be burned so many times, but it is gonna be in that burning that is gonna build that sixth sense within you to know who's good for you and who isn't. You're gonna have almost a magical keen sense in the long run of knowing before the person even walks up of who's good for you and who's not. You're gonna know what people are up to and what they're not, and if they're honest or not. And at best, you're gonna attract very spiritually aligned business partnerships. You are gonna work in a spiritual field. You are also going to attract very spiritual and idealistic lovers that are successful, that are good for you, but only until you ground yourself and you come at things with a practical standpoint. Don't be so, you know, head in the stars or head in the clouds with this placement, because a lot of people can take advantage of that, unfortunately. But continue to be creative, continue to be someone that is approaching everyone with a benefit of the doubt type of energy, but don't do it to the extent where you get the brunt end of the stick, because a lot of people will take advantage of that. But at best, you're gonna attract spiritual business partnerships, creative business partnerships. You're going to be someone that works in spirituality and creativity and entertainment, and you are going to attract people who are also probably in that field as well. Okay, so I really do hope that this gave you some clarity and some insight as to this tricky placement with Neptune in the 7th house. Know that this is not a sentence for you being lonely or destitute or having problems within your relationships. It just requires you to be very mature. It requires you to be mature with this placement, or you're going to continue to attract these partners who don't really want anything and who ultimately it doesn't foster anything real or substantial. Okay, so come at things from a very smart approach, and it is then that you will attract the ideal lover that actually loves you and actually cares for you and wants to do everything for you and fall on the sword like you fall on the sword for other people. Okay, so yeah, that was my Neptune in the 7th house video. If you guys want me to do a different placement from a different, you know, a video of a different placement of yours, let me know. Also in the comments, let me know what your Neptune in the 7th house is, and I'll write back what you could be experiencing and who you may be attracting with that placement. Okay, write down the sign that your Neptune in the 7th house is, and I'll write back what you could be experiencing with that. Okay, but yeah, I love y'all and I'm rooting for you, and I will see y'all in the next one. Y'all have a good one.